You need to start believing that your success is inevitable. My own coach asked me this one day and I was like mind blown, right? So what would happen if you started asking yourself how you would show up every day if you knew 110% that you were going to succeed? How would that be different from how you're currently showing up? You are listening to the Beyond the Classroom podcast, a podcast for burnt out teachers who know something's gotta give. After teaching for 14 years and feeling completely burned out for way too long, in May of 2022, I made a big decision and left the classroom. I now help burnt out teachers like you take back balance and joy so you can wake up every day loving your life. In this podcast, we'll explore who you are beyond the classroom, whether you're considering leaving or wanting to make changes so you can fall in love with teaching again. Either way, I understand what it's like to be living a life that looks fun and cute on the outside. You know, summer's off, playing all day, off at 2 o'clock every day, but actually feels miserable and draining. I'm your host and coach, Sandy Patterson, and I'm so excited to help you step into your fullest potential and believe in that potential to make an impact on the world, not just survive each day. Are you ready? Let's do this. Hello there, and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Classroom podcast. I am Sandy Patterson, your host and certified life and business coach, and I am so happy that you are here today. How are you doing today? Right now here, it is an absolutely beautiful day. The sun is shining, and have you ever just felt like completely overwhelmed with gratitude? I had one of those waves come over me this morning, just feeling really, really grateful today, feeling so much abundance and so much gratitude for so many things in life. The good, the bad, the lessons, all of the things. So I hope you are doing well today too. And today we are going to talk about 3 things that I wish I had have started doing a long time ago in my business. Now, it's very interesting how starting and running a business will literally change you from the inside out. Business building is not for the faint of heart, right? Because you are constantly tested, stretched, and uncomfortable like every day. And the interesting part is that many times I found this, and many of my clients are working through this as well, that we are the ones in our own way. And now, what does that actually mean? We're in our own way. It really means that you could move a lot faster, a lot smoother, and in alignment more if you really just got out of your own way. And I don't mean physically, right? I mean like with your mindset, right? We are in our heads so much that if we were just able to confidently make decisions without question and know that no matter what, that everything was going to be okay and that we have our own back, we would move a lot quicker and a lot smoother, and there would just be overall less drama in our heads, right? And I also want to add that the drama that happens in our heads, that we make that up. And it actually usually isn't even a problem at all. It just turns out that we're making up these problems and the drama in our heads because we like to think of worst case scenario, right? So how many times have you made something up in your head like to be a much bigger deal than it actually was, and then it turned out that everything was fine? A lot of things in business are like this too. So today we're going to talk about 3 things or 3 beliefs or strategies that you can borrow in order to eliminate that head drama and start to move a lot quicker in your business and in your life. Not that we need to move quick at all. Like I said before, there's value in the process and in the journey, of course. But I think a lot of the things that we make into problems don't actually need to be problems. And these are things that you can do. You can start using these beliefs and these strategies today to start getting out of your own way. And I say borrow these beliefs because sometimes we have to borrow beliefs. This is something that my own life coach taught me, that if something just doesn't quite fit quite yet, we borrow it from other people and we try it on, almost like a new pair of jeans, right? So you can borrow these beliefs, you can borrow these strategies, you can start doing them today. They are all choices, they are all decisions. And like I said before, these things are going to help you get out of your own way in regards to your mindset. so you can move a lot smoother in your business and in your life. These 3 things are going to help you increase your confidence, right? Because I have not met one woman on this planet who is not working on their confidence and really cut through the BS, right, that your brain is giving you. All right, so let's dive in. Number one belief here, you're going to take this. You need to start believing that your success is inevitable. My own coach asked me this one day and I was like mind blown, right? So what would happen if you started asking yourself how you would show up every day if you knew 110% that you were going to succeed? How would that be different from how you're currently showing up? This is like a magical, really, really powerful question. And I would guess, because this is how it was for me too, but I would guess that it would be very different from how you're showing up right now. Really think about what you would do, how you would behave, what are the things that you would say, how you would show up energetically if you knew without a doubt that whatever you were doing was going to be massively successful. Now, oftentimes we play small and we don't really go for it, or we don't really go all in because we're scared, right? And that is totally, totally normal. Being scared is normal. It's a normal thing when you're doing something that is out of your comfort zone and that you've never done before, that you're just not really 100% confident in. It's almost like we put one foot in and one foot out, because at least with that one foot out, we still have that safety net if it doesn't work out. But here's the thing. What if it does work? What if you go all in and it works? And here's the thing. If you're showing up, especially if you're showing up like there's no way you're going to fail and failure isn't even an option for you, there is no possible way that it will not work. It will work 100%. It may work out in a different way than you anticipated, but it's going to work. And I bet right now, and I bet you can think of these people too, I bet there are people out there right now doing exactly what you know you should be doing or what you want to do, and you're probably better at it than they are. But they just made that choice. They just made that decision that they were going to succeed, and now they are. And maybe they started longer ago. So this is good news, right? You get to make the decision that you are going to succeed too. Like, there is no question about it. You can decide right now that no matter what, you are going to go all in. You're going to show up in that energetic space as if you are going to succeed. And then guess what? You're going to succeed. But of course, right, this also takes the action backing the belief, right? You can't just believe something and then not do anything about it. You have to actually go out and do the things to get to the goal. But think about how you would show up in these action spaces without a doubt that you are going to see massive success. What actions would you take if you knew you were going to succeed? Once you identify that, then that's how you start showing up. Even if it feels uncomfortable at first, even if it feels awkward, even if it feels like you're lying. I had a client describe this to me as feeling like a fraud, right? And there's really no way around this. It just means that you're evolving and growing and you're making your way towards those goals and you're pushing up against those edges, right? Against those old beliefs. And it's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable. You just have to really push through it. And of course, like with anything, the more you do something, the more you get used to it, the more comfortable you get with it. But there's no way to get around that like awkward, uncomfortable first steps, right? I actually did a whole episode on being uncomfortable and why it's important to be uncomfortable every day. That is episode number 22. So I'll link that in the show notes so you can go back and listen to why it's important to be uncomfortable, right? Okay, so number one is to start showing up today knowing that success is inevitable and that you will and that you actually are succeeding, right? So let me give you a little example here. So let's say you're running your business and you really, really are focusing here on getting more clients, right? You know 100% without a doubt that your next client is right around the corner waiting for you specifically, waiting to work with you, wanting to work with you, so excited to work with you. How are you going to go out and get those clients, right? I'm guessing you're not going to feel or be shy or hesitant about reaching out and following up with people that you would love to work with and inviting those people to work with you, right? You're going to go out with confidence and know that you can help your people and that they're waiting for you. So these are two very different, energetically different spaces, right? Like one, you're just going to go get it. You're not afraid. You're very confident. And the other one, you're kind of nervous and shy and you're feeling, again, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. Do you want to work with me? Maybe, yes. You can see these two places are very different spaces. And which space, right, are you going to move quickly or quicker towards that goal of getting new clients, right? So you just have to believe that success is inevitable. It is a belief and it is a choice, right? That's pretty powerful. Okay, so let's go to number 2 now. Number 2 is when you are not sure what to do or how to handle something, or what the decision is, or which way you need to go. There's a fork in the road, right? And this happens a lot in business. A lot of times, especially in the beginning phases, we're not sure what to do. We're not sure how to handle things. We're not sure, which decision to make or which way to go. So here's the thing. You can ask yourself, what would she do? Okay. Now think of someone you admire. Okay. So think of your future really badass self here. Think of someone who's got it all figured out. And I use all figured out in air quotes because really nobody has it all figured out, even if you perceive them to have everything figured out. What would she do? Then we do that, even if it's scary, or even if, again, you're uncomfortable, or if you feel like I'm not ready to do that. So we're talking about uncomfortable again, right? That's always the theme in owning business, right? Being uncomfortable. I was reading a book recently. It's an awesome book. It's called Make Some Noise by Andrea Owens. And she talks about having a board of directors. This is where you put together a small list of people who you really, really admire and you really look up to. And these people can really be anyone. They can be people in your real life, because you can probably think, I know I have a handful of people that I know that I'm like, gosh, I just really need to harness her energy, harness that confidence. This is like goals for me. So they can be real life people. They can be celebrities. They can be people you don't know, people you do know, just anybody that you truly admire. And you think, oh my goodness, if I was Sally, I wouldn't have this issue, right? These are the people that you perceive to have everything together. Again, air quotes, because nobody has everything together, even if it looks like they do. Trust me. And you ask yourself then, what would she do, or what would they do? What would these people do in this situation? Now, I oftentimes refer to this I hear this referred to as becoming her or being her now, right? You're becoming that highest version of yourself. And sometimes in order to step into those shoes, because absolutely those shoes can be scary, right? You have to be able to view yourself from the outside looking in. And then here's the hard part, right? You just have to do it. You have to be really honest and say, okay, I know what she would do. She would do this, this, and this. And it becomes easier again when we're looking at ourselves from the outside in. Then you just have to do it. You have to do what she would do, right? You do what future you would do. We say, put on your big girl panties and just do it. Do it scared, do it messy, just do it. And yeah, while this may feel very uncomfortable in the moment, you'll start to build these new neural networks in your brain, right? And you begin to understand and prove to yourself and your subconscious that being uncomfortable and doing scary things, doing these things that future you would do in your business is not actually the end of the world. And 9 times out of 10, things really work out. And that one time that it doesn't work out, there is always some sort of lesson to learn and take away from it. So it's not ever failure. It's just an opportunity to learn and for feedback and to learn how to tweak things and move forward, right? Now, I just had a client who is working on this right now, and she is working on getting her offer out there. And so I asked her, what would your board of directors do? What would she do? What would future you do? What would this other person that you really admire do? And she was able to answer that question really easily, as we are. And she said, oh, well, so this person would probably get on Instagram and get on her stories and really talk about her offer and sell her offer, right? It was very obvious for her what this other person would do. So then we were like, okay, That's what you need to do. That's your action step. And she did not want to. She was terrified, right? As we all have been, but she did it anyway. She did it scared. She did it like messy. She just clicked record and just moved and went. And she realized that it actually wasn't as bad as she had made it out to be in her head, right? Again, making up all that drama in her heads. She started to get conversations going, and we really celebrated that action, right? That messy, scared action. And was it perfect? No. Did it need to be perfect though? No. But the idea is that you channel what future you or that person you really admire would do, and then you take action and you do it. We are all about taking action over here. And again, it's that messy action. It is that scared action. It is the imperfect action. We just do it and we move forward and we keep going. And again, we remove that drama from our head. And number 3, oh, perfect. This is a perfect segue into number 3. Number 3 is just to put your blinders on, girl. Now, we waste a lot of time wondering what other people think, how they perceive us, what they'll think when we do something, what they think when we put something out there, if they'll be offended, if they will be wondering like, oh, who is this girl to think that she can do this, this, and this? When I really intentionally started to cut this unnecessary head drama out, right, I not only felt a lot better, but I also started moving with a lot more flow and more alignment and more ease, right? So we just put our blinders on and we go. I did an episode about this like a week ago, I think. Like it's a week ago and I can't even remember. It was like a week ago, but it's all about how we can't control what other people think. And also, right, who cares what other people think? I know it's human nature to care and to not want to be excluded and to be part of the pack. But that fear does not need to drive how we show up. And really getting into a space where you are free to be you, where you are so comfortable with you, you are so in love and so confident in your business and your offer, and to be able to say and share that offer with the world and really say what you feel, that is truly a magical gift, right? And I think that we just spend so much time, this can be a whole podcast episode in itself, but we just spend so much time in our heads worrying about other people and what they think. And if we can take that out, we're essentially getting out of our own way, right? This takes a lot of work and a lot of intentionality, but it is so, so worth it, right? And it's possible. It is possible. No matter where you are right now, it is possible to get to the space where you feel so confident in your offer and you love your offer, you love your business, you love everything about it, and that you are able to show up and share this offer with the world. It's magical, right? That's where the magic happens, and that's where you really start to make the impact. Now, we also compare ourselves to other people constantly. This goes with putting your blinders on, right? And you might do this consciously or subconsciously. So here's an example. So like we see people all the time, especially on social media, right? Doing something that we want to do, or we have this idea and we're like, oh, I'm going to go out and do this. It's an idea that we had and we think, oh my gosh, we see somebody else doing it on Instagram or Facebook or TikTok or wherever you see it. And they've been doing it for a lot longer and they're more established and they've got it all going on, right? And then we think, oh man, like what's the point of me even doing this if she's already doing it? We get really, really down on ourselves and we're like, it's kind of that feeling of like that sinking, like deflated feeling. And I've been there many times. It's that sinking feeling of like, oh, you just want to throw the towel in. Like, why am I even going to do this? What's the point of me even doing it? If she's already doing it, she's already got a successful business doing what I wanted to do. I'm going to answer that for you right now. Yeah, she might already be doing it, and she may have been doing it for a lot longer than you, and maybe she's more established than you, but she cannot do it like you can because there is only one you. She is not you, and your people need you specifically, the way you're going to do things, the way you're going to teach things, the way you're going to guide people or help people, right, in your business. So there's not another you on this planet. So your people need you. And that's why You should do it even if other people are already doing it. And now like I said before, like in my early phases of business, this happened to me all the time. Like I would come across something and just feel so defeated and so deflated and so like bummed. But really, who is benefiting from me feeling that way? Like nobody. And again, it's just me being in my way. And like if I wasn't feeling that, I could just move a lot quicker. So now when I come across this feeling, like when I feel it start to poke, and it doesn't really happen for me anymore because I've really trained myself in this thought process. Instead of getting all down and all bummed and discouraged, I just take this as proof that people need this, like whatever it is, there's a market for it, right? So put your blinders on, stay in your lane, stop worrying about what other people are doing or what other people think, and just move with confidence because you are meant to do this thing in life and in your business. If you had the idea, if you had the thought, if it's in your heart, it is what you are meant to do and it is possible. You just have to move, right? And like I said before, your people need you. They need you specifically. Okay, so to wrap this all up with a little bow here, the 3 things that you can start to do today to get out of your own way in your business and even in your life. Number 1, you are going to start believing today that success is inevitable and that you are 100% without a doubt going to succeed. And you're going to start showing up from that place. Number 2, when you are not sure what to do, you're going to ask yourself, what would she do? You're going to make that list of people that you really admire, and you're going to think about your future self, that future you that sometimes I hear it called 2.0 you, right? What would she do? And once you've answered that question, that's exactly what you're going to do. You're going to move even if you're scared, even if you're uncomfortable, even if you don't feel ready, you're just going to go. And number 3, you're going to put your blinders on. You're going to stop worrying about what other people think. And you're going to stop worrying if other people are doing what you're doing because nobody can do it like you. I am so curious which one of these stood out to you today and which belief are you going to borrow or try on or try out today? And if any of these things are something that you feel like you need more help, because all of these things, I know this is going to be like a 15-20 minute episode and we went over them really quickly, but we could dive really, really deep. I mean, we could spend hours and hours just on one of these things. So if you feel like you need some extra support in any of these things, I would love to chat with you. I know I always talk about this, but this is really the reason why I started the podcast and why I continue to show up in your ear every week, because I've just truly, truly loved the connections that I've made with people through this podcast. I love hearing about what you're working on, what you need extra support on. And my whole goal is to help you reach your goals. That's what my job is as a life and business coach. I pour into you because that's what fills me up, and that is my purpose in life. So if one of these things is something that you really need to work on or you want to explore a little bit more, please reach out. You can send me a message on Instagram. I am always on Instagram. You can always email me. I'm always around and I'm always here. So until the next episode, you believe success is inevitable. Ask yourself, what would she do? And put those blinders on and just go. And I will see you next time for the next episode. Bye. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Beyond the Classroom. If you know something has to change and you're ready to take the next step to make it happen, whether it's in or out of the classroom, let's talk it through together. Schedule a no-obligation chat with me and we can talk through where you're stuck, how to get you unstuck, and how to keep you moving forward. Schedule your free call today by clicking the link in the show notes. I can't wait to connect with you.